The music played softly. The guests stood as the bride appeared, radiant in white, her eyes sparkling with dreams. But just as she took her father's arm to walk down the aisle, a voice, loud, panicked, and trembling, pierced the air. "Stop. He's not who you think." Gasps filled the church. The groom's smile vanished. The bride froze. And that was the moment everything changed. Before we take you into this unbelievable journey, if stories like this move your heart, please like this video, subscribe, and join our family. Your support helps us continue telling stories that inspire and touch lives. Emily was the kind of woman who believed in fairy tales, but not because she was naive, because she earned her happiness. At 29, she had overcome a rocky childhood, raised by a single mother, and built her own successful floral business from the ground up. She was admired in her community for her grace, kindness, and tenacity. And now, she was marrying Ryan Walker. The man who swept her off her feet like something out of a movie. Ryan was handsome, charming, and came from an influential family. They met at a charity gala a year and a half ago. He said all the right things, made her laugh when life felt too serious, and even helped expand her business by introducing her to investors. Their love story, by all accounts, was picture perfect. He proposed at sunset on a rooftop with her favorite jazz band playing softly in the background. She said yes, believing this man truly knew her heart. But what Emily didn't know, was that Ryan was hiding something, a part of his past he'd buried deep. As the wedding day approached, everything seemed flawless. Her best friend Megan was her maid of honor, her mother cried happy tears at every rehearsal, and the town buzzed about the wedding of the year. But one person sat quietly in the back of the church on the big day. A woman with tear-stained eyes and shaky hands. Her name was Leah, and she'd traveled hundreds of miles to be there, uninvited. She didn't know Emily. She wasn't part of the family. But she knew Ryan. And she couldn't let Emily walk down that aisle without knowing the truth. The music began. Emily clutched her bouquet, smiling nervously at her father. But just as they took their first step. "Stop." Leah's voice trembled as she stood. "You don't know who he really is. Emily, please, don't marry him. He's not who you think he is." The room went dead silent. Everyone turned to her. The priest froze. The groom's face turned pale. Emily's heart pounded. What is she talking about, Ryan?" Ryan tried to laugh it off. "I don't know her. She's crazy." But Leah stepped forward, holding out her phone. "I have proof," she said, voice cracking. "He was engaged to me. He disappeared 2 years ago, left me in debt, destroyed my credit, and vanished with money that wasn't his. I filed a report. I begged the police, but he was too careful. I even have the report number. Ask him where he was on July 12th. Emily's breath caught. That was the same week Ryan said he had been off the grid, in a silent retreat. Everything stopped. Ryan stared at Emily, then turned and ran out of the church. It felt like a dream. A bad one. Emily didn't cry at first. She just stood there, bouquet limp in her hands, surrounded by hundreds of eyes. Her father held her arm tighter. Megan rushed to her side. But Emily walked off the altar, her heels clicking in a silence that screamed. Later that evening, after the guests left, Emily sat alone on the church steps. That's when Leah returned. "I'm so sorry," Leah whispered, holding back her own tears. "I didn't want to ruin your day. I just couldn't let him do to you what he did to me." Emily looked at her for a long time. Then she said something Leah never expected. "Thank you." That night, the two women, once strangers, talked for hours. They shared their stories, their scars, their heartbreaks. Emily felt her pain slowly transform into strength. She wasn't just the victim of a con. She was a survivor, and she wasn't alone. Over the next few months, Emily launched a campaign called Truth Before the Aisle, aimed at educating women about financial, emotional, and romantic fraud. She and Leah became partners, speaking at events, sharing their stories on podcasts, and even helping other women escape harmful relationships. The story made national news. Emily received thousands of messages, many from women who had been silenced, manipulated, or heartbroken by similar betrayals. And slowly, her heart healed. She learned that it's not weak to fall in love, it's human. But it takes real strength to walk away from something once beautiful, once promising, once everything, when you realize it's no longer right. A year later, Emily stood at another altar. Not for her own wedding, but for Leah's. She smiled, holding a bouquet again, this time as a maid of honor. Leah had found love again, with someone genuine, kind, and respectful. And Emily? She was thriving. Independent, empowered, and open to love, but never again at the cost of her intuition. She often looked back on that day, the day she was almost married. And she didn't see it as a tragedy. She saw it as the day she was set free. Sometimes, the truth comes in the most unexpected ways, even if it crashes your dream day. But the truth always opens the door to something stronger. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. You never know who you might help. You deserve love that is real. And the courage to walk away from what is not.